definitely did not shuffle low enough.
It looks like it's gonna stop raining. We should probably head over and pay for this campsite right after I win.
I don't think so.
What was this?
Ah!
I won.
Yeah, you did. I lost. Good job.
This week I decided to stay in a campground with Medina County. This is an area that I don't generally get to. Let me show you where we're at. Town of Staples is going to be right here, and here's Huntersville State Park. We've stayed in Huntersville before. Between the two, there's a river that's really popular for people to float down. Along that river, there's multiple campsites. We checked these out this morning. There's Ballard's Bluff, Conningham Park, Knob Hill, Little White Dog. They all had people at them. Frames Landing, completely empty. That's where we're at this morning. The other campgrounds had a lot of tents and also people with fifth wheels. Some of the campgrounds look like maybe they were having family get-togethers because there were a lot of fifth wheels all grouped together. Thankfully, though, we got here and this whole thing is empty. Plus, there's a little drive off the main campground and we snuck back there. That's where we set up. Rain is starting. That's okay. It's going to be a lazy weekend and I'm all right with that. Getting little breaks between the rain. It's only coming down for like 10 minutes at a time and then it stops. But in the meantime, I just wanted to show you guys this campground a little bit. It's kind of like a group camp here. And the cool thing is they got a lot of slab wood here and they just put it here for people to burn. That's pretty cool. The sites here are not super far apart. We've got this one right over here and another one right over here and one way in the back. They also have some vault toilets for the ladies. Yeah, it looks like a vault toilet. This campground's right on the Crow Wing River, and during the summer, I bet that this place gets pretty busy. I'm gonna get a campfire going. There's these little gnats in the air and I think that the campfire smoke will kind of help take care of some of them. I know there's gonna be people asking, you got all of that slab wood, why are you burning your wood? Oh, this stuff's dry, that stuff's not. I just know as soon as I start this, the rain's gonna come. We had talked about making supper over the campfire tonight. I'm not sure though. This will play it by ear. Last week I had someone recognize my alarm system that I use, their motion sensors, and you guys pay really close attention when you're watching the videos. I shared this with you probably close to 2 years ago already, but let's go over it really quick again and I'll show you what I have as an alarm system. It kind of keeps me aware of who's entering the camp. The box sits right here. It's called E-Macros and it's capable of holding up to 7 wireless motion sensors. Right here's what the motion sensors look like. I just keep them in different areas of the campsite. I've got 3 sensors and keep them all labeled 1, 2, and 3. Each one has a different musical tone that plays on the receiver inside the camper. The main entry point to my campground, it's going to be this long, narrow path. And if an animal or person walks down it, I'll be able to hear. I've got the sensor right there. And this is what it sounds like in the camper. The next entry point to this campsite is going to be a 4-wheeler trail, and I've got a sensor sitting right on the picnic table. If a black bear tries to come into the campsite, I'll hear it inside. And if a person or animal does make it into the campsite, well, the sensor on the camper, that'll let me know. Can you guys hear the thunder? It's just a low, constant rumble. It's gonna start storming pretty soon. Remember my jacket from last week? Completely waterproof. Those Germans, they know what they're doing. It's still about 2 hours before it's supposed to get dark. There's quite a bit of lightning out here. That thunder is really loud. I'm gonna sleep like a baby tonight.
Yeah. You ready now?
Strip poker?
You first. You have to discard.
So just like that, huh?
Yeah, it's just like that.
Supper time?
All right. I'm hungry.
It's time to make supper. Let me show you what we got. I'm gonna start with cooking up some chicken. We're gonna throw together some fajitas, but tonight I'm using my own spices. Normally I just use a fajita packet, but for you, we're gonna put it together from scratch. I guess first though, we gotta dice up the vegetables. Peppers and onions. Once we're done with the peppers, we're going to cut up the onion. that we got the peppers and onions cut up, we'll move on to the chicken. We're going to use just a little bit of oil to fry up the chicken. That's done. Next up, spices. I put these together last night. Let me show you what I got. So I got all the spices in these individual containers. We're going to start with a teaspoon of oregano. Now that I remember to hit record. We started with 1 teaspoon of oregano, and I added half a teaspoon of salt and pepper, half a teaspoon of onion powder, a teaspoon of cayenne pepper, and a teaspoon of garlic powder. Finished it off with 2 teaspoons of smoked paprika. We're going to shake this really, really good. Add it to the chicken. I'm not exactly sure how much to put in there, so we're going to start with half this. All right, now we're just going to saute up the vegetables. It's going to get loud in here. The rain's coming down. I'm going to add some more of the spice on top of the onions and peppers. And then we'll toss the chicken back in. We are almost done. There we go. Build our own fajitas. This is going to be good. Okay, well, here it is. Let's put this guy together. We got a little bit of sour cream, some guacamole, a little bit of cheese, sprinkle on some cilantro. That's Mandy's thing. She is big time on the cilantro. We'll get some of this in there, some chicken, some peppers, and just a little squirt of lime. All right, there we are. Supper is served. You know, I really like this seasoning. It's not as strong as the fajita mix that you can get in the packet, but it's really good. It's got a little bit of a kick. These are excellent. Well, I think I'm going to take a shower and go to bed. I'll see you guys in the morning. I gotta come up with a better plan to power my coffee maker off my power supply. use this extension cord and then just run it across the countertop. But what I'd like to do is actually mount, those outside generator outlets. I'd like to have one of those mounted in here. That way I can plug the power supply into the generator box, not have like a dead man's cord, and then run the whole camper off of the power station without having to bring the power station outside on days like today where it's kind of rainy out. That will be a project for another day. It's always nice to see the sheriff's deputy rolling through the campground. And I'm sure he's here because it's just quieter and he can get some reports written better than sitting at the office. This morning we're going to go for a walk. The rain has stopped. It's just a beautiful fall morning right now. The road continues past the campground and it looks on the map like maybe there's a larger group camping area there. No idea. We're going to go check that out though. That sign, it's been there for a long time. It looked really cool. Let's go check out the overflow camping, see what this looks like. This is a really nice big area, and if you had like a fifth wheel or pull behind and you wanted to get away for the weekend and a nice fall day, wow, check this out. Skip the campground. Go right to the overflow parking. This is really nice back here. What do they have? A nice little trail here for us? Perfect. We probably don't want to go too far in here without having any blaze orange on. You guys hear that bird? I have no idea what that is. Someone's got to know what that is. What? There's like a memorial or something over here. Let's check that out. How awesome. It's an old Conservation Corps campsite. We found one of these a couple weeks back. The Nimrod Conservation Corps camp was built on land donated by Mini Frame and was established and occupied by August 22nd, 1934. Although details of the Nimrod camp are somewhat scarce, a typical camp housed about 200 men between the ages of 18 and 25. Administration and supervision of the camps was done by the U.S. Army personnel. Older local men brought in to educate the younger men in different trades. I absolutely love finding stuff like this. And this is one of the reasons why I explore out here in the woods. You never know when you're going to come across something like this. Maybe an old cabin somewhere. It's pretty cool. Today for lunch, I'm going to be trying something a little bit different. I bought this air fryer at Walmart. It was maybe around 20 bucks. It's 1150 watts. My power station, a 2000 watt power station, and it has 1500 watt hours. In theory, I should be able to run this thing for a little over an hour off the power station. I'm going to try it today. We're going to make jalapeno poppers in the air fryer. Let me show you how this goes together. Check out the size of these genetically modified jalapeno peppers. I bet they're not that hot though. What do you think?
I don't know.
Sometimes when they get really big like this, they kind of lose the heat.
Right. They smell good still. All
right, let's get going. We're going to start with some softened cream cheese. And then we're gonna add a teaspoon garlic powder. You remember last week's video I said I put a teaspoon of seasoning in, and it was probably more like 4 tablespoons. Don't do that with the garlic powder. I found the fork works the best when you're mixing up cream cheese. Once we got this all mixed up, we're gonna add in half a cup shredded cheese. I like the mild cheddar. Then we're gonna mix this up really well. Cool thing about this stuff is, if you don't use it all, you can put it in the fridge and use it later in the week. Now we can cut up the jalapenos. A little tip that I learned from one of you guys is that if you want to leave your jalapenos with a little extra heat, just leave some of the ribs in there. That is the hot stuff. And we don't want them to be overflowing, just level right across the top. That's good enough. Looks like we made the perfect amount. Next up, bacon. Little tip I'll give you, I found that this pre-cooked bacon works so much easier. You don't have to deal with all the extra grease when you're wrapping up jalapeno poppers in the raw bacon. And this tastes just as good. And when we're all done, this is what they look like. Let's go put them on. We'll have to see how many we can even fit in this little thing. All right, looks like 2 batches will do. Turn the power station on. And it's sitting at 90% right now. Took 10% this morning to make the coffee. Let's turn this on, and it's probably gonna be about 14-15 minutes. Looks like the air fryer is drawing about 1,000 watts. Easily have an hour of usage on this power station. I really hope this little guy works out. I didn't buy a full-size one just because I don't have room in the camper. Something this size though would be perfect for one person. They've only been on for a minute. I can already smell the bacon. Round 2. Let's check them out. Oh wow, that looks amazing. So if you were wondering, can a 1500 watt hour inverter power an air fryer? Here's what I found out. When the air fryer is calling for heat, it takes about 1,000 watts. When it's fan only, it's about 25 watts. And it's constantly cycling itself on and off, depending on how much heat it needs. So 15 minutes, took the inverter down 11%. Not too bad at all. Let's go enjoy these. Man, these things, they look perfect. Awesome. You're gonna like these. Super simple recipe. Cream cheese, garlic powder, shredded cheese, jalapenos. Give these a try. Let me know what you think. So good. Starting to rain again. Perfect time to put the awning away. perfect time to get this slide in. Well, I think we just about got this video in the bag. I want to thank everyone for the support last week. I'll definitely be replacing that drone, my wireless mic, right away. Absolutely would not have happened if not for your guys' help. So thank you very, very much. Mandy's waiting in the truck. I hope she doesn't mind being on the channel this week. I told her that I needed to put the camera up for a bunch of different camera angles, so don't worry, I'll be cropping you out. Here's the deal. After 2.5 years of this channel going on, I think it's time we start breaking her in slowly. We'll see what happens Tuesday night. Maybe I still have a girlfriend, maybe I don't. But until then, see you again next Tuesday. Be kind, be honest. We'll see you down the road.